Hey, how you doing again? What? No, how you doing? How you doing? I know how I'm doing. Uh, before we start the video, I'm going to show you something someone gave to me as a gift. This is the Pest Eradicator. Cool, is it not? It's not a real gun. It's a gun. You put salt, a certain type of salt in here. Do whatever you got to do here, and it shoots out here. Now, I found out, somebody else has this. I found out using this for flies, the flies are quicker than the gun. So, what I intend to do is, if the stink bugs come about, they're big enough, slow enough, well, give them a shot. No pun intended. Uh, the what do you call it? The lantern flies are pretty invasive, so we'll do the lantern flies. There's plenty of them, and they also tell you, BPA tells you, see them, smash them. So I don't think it would be wrong to kill those type of bugs, but we'll see how that goes. This is a pretty good gun, the toy, whatever you want to call it. Could you imagine going to somebody's house with this? I'm here to get you rid of your bugs. Anyway, we're going to talk about the elusive bedbug. Uh, Nasty little buggers. Very nasty buggers. They say in the United Kingdom in 1933, just about every home had bed bugs, uh, and they were hard to eradicate until DDT came about, and they seem to have been wiped out. But they did away with DDT, as we all know, because they were saying, well, if it works so well for bed bugs, this, that, and the other thing, we're going to release it in the open market to the peoples. And the peoples were taking it and they were just spraying it on their windows, going crazy with it all over the place. They had it on the back of trucks with foggers going through the streets and just fogging, making people sick. So eventually, they finally banned it. Could not use it. The public could not use it no more because they stopped the use of it. And you know what? They claim it eradicated the bed bugs to a certain point, slowed them down. Oh well, now the EPA is saying, well, we regret it. We'll try to bring it back in a synthetic form, a safe synthetic form, and see how it goes. But I guess that's never going to happen. General MacArthur had his share of problems in the encampment. There was loads of them. Uh, they did what they could um, until actually the DDT came about, and they had gotten rid of them. Uh, but he waited quite some time until 1944. So then, when they started doing it, using it, it was almost gone in the Western Hemisphere. Uh, these things came about as early as 400 BC, believe it or not. Um, Aristotle said that he uh, could put these things to use besides them biting you. They were used for infections in ears. You won't get one of those in my ear. I've gotten them on my arms, my back, my legs. That's more than enough. But my ears, I can't see that. They were used for snake bites. That I can see. Uh, you know, uh, I believe they were used for hysteria. Then they also say cannabis repels BBs. I don't know how true that is, but since it's legal now, hey, what the hell? Figure out how to use it for the BBs. Demetrius Earth, I believe I'm saying it right, is a good product, but it takes almost several days before it destroys and kills the bed bugs. So, and I've seen somebody using that quite messy. You have to vacuum it up after a period of time when you feel that it's taking care of the bed bugs. So, then they say in the 18th century, the bed bugs came about uh, quite well in London because people were buying lumber because of the Great Fire out there, which evolved in 1666, I believe. And they were in the lumber. So now you build them with the lumber, and what's happening? There's bed bugs in you. And copious amounts, too, they were saying. So uh, the means to kill them, they say it would be plant fungus, black pepper, eucalyptus, tobacco, and mint. I'm saying this. I'm not telling you to do this. Some people do practice certain things with certain chemicals. Obviously, a residual is kind of the best, providing that people leave the apartment. Depends upon how strong of an amount you're using. BB started to the early mid to late 1990s. By 2000, they were common. 2000 to 2010, they were common by means in your home, and the exterminators were going at a regular basis uh, to kill them, destroy them, whatever you want to call it. Oh, I know, eradicate them. What a word. Um, let's start with the inspection. Most people know this. Most people know what I'm telling them right now, but it's a refresher course. um, Furniture. We'll start with the couch. You check the zippers on the cushions, open them up, make sure nothing's inside. The legs on the couch, you take off the legs. Sometimes they go around the base bottom of where the screw goes in for the legs. Um, if you have a couch with folds, you lift the folds up. You have to check there. It's very common for them to go under there. You spray under there. Um, the back of the couch, if it's fabric, you can use an aerosol spray. Underneath the couch, you can use a liquid in the B&G sprayer. Try to open up the black webbing underneath and spray inside as good as you can. Then restaple that black webbing. Sometimes customers don't like it if you don't restaple it. That's for the couch. The dressers, take the dresser drawers out, turn them over underneath, spray under there, spray a little uh, inside the chamber of the dresser. Let that sit for a couple of hours. The clothes, I would bag the clothes. If there's a serious infestation, I would bag the clothes. Take them to the laundromat and heat them up, pop them, heat them up. Uh, Washing warm to hot water will take care of them. Who knows if you're on a laundromat and you're putting your clothes in there and that's how you're transporting them. That probably could happen that way. Not saying it does, but it probably could. Your box spring and mattress, you have to check the folds on the mattress. If there's anything there, you vacuum it and then spray it. Um, put the mattress, put in an encasement, a plastic cover with zipper. Uh, put a little dust. I do. I used to. Excuse me. Put a little dust inside the zipper area and then zipper it up and just pat alongside the mattress. That'll set you up to kill whatever's in there that you can't see. Uh, Try not to break the zipper putting it on. Sometimes they crack after age. So I would double it up with another encasement. The box spring, the black webbing underneath, take that off, get in there, and spray. Just spray the sides, the top, the middle. Um, Close it up with the encasement. Uh, Try to get a little extra bigger size of an encasement uh, because sometimes they break. You have to be very gentle. It's not an easy thing to do to put these things on. Your hands are so itchy. Just talking about bed bugs, you get itchy. That's all. I just think in your mind that's a phobia, you know. Um, the bed bugs came about in the cave system. They said they were nesting and roosting in bats areas, feeding on them before they became before people were being hosted on them. Uh, Years after that. Um, Now let's talk about how the bed bugs suck your blood. What they do is, especially men, men are so hairy on their arms and legs, chest. What the bed bugs do, they crawl on you, they pierce your skin. It's called a proboscis. Proboscis. I think that's the name. So they numb you, and that's why you don't feel them going about. Then they pierce you, they gorge on you, take your blood. It's nasty. They take your blood, then leave, and you get a welt, a bump. It's very itchy. Um, it's from the mucus that they put in you. The mucus anesthetic. That's what they do. Uh, Sometimes when they bite you, you can feel the itchiness all the way up from the site. They claim it's not one bed bug. They claim it's a bunch that are doing this to you. Yet you only see one site. No, doesn't really make sense to me. Uh, Then when the hatchlings gorge on you, they are seem to take on the appearance of the adults, and they're not adults yet. They go through a couple of stages of coming out of their shell, out of their encasement, and they go on to the next stage of life. They evolve into the next stage of life. So I had my share of bed bugs work. When I first started someplace, I went into the apartment and it was nothing but black from all the feces of the bed bugs. So I spoke to the individual woman, and before I spoke to her, she came to the door. She was very sick, eyes all red. Her face was all red, her arms. And then upon inspection, I was saying, well, this is why this woman is sick like that. She must have thousands of bites. Proceeded to call the ambulance, and they came and took her out. And I did what I had to do for that apartment. But it was horrific. You hear stories that you wouldn't believe. No, no, no. Believe them. They're true. They're true. I might have my share of bites. I had bites, and I didn't see no bed bug on me. But the welt formed. That must be from the hatchlings that you can't see. They're so minute. Um, but it went away eventually. The bite went away eventually. Amazingly, did I bring much home or anything at home? Um, you have to practice safe dressing and undressing when you're going into a serious situation. That is. Sometimes the tenant doesn't cooperate with you. I want to keep the mattress. Look at this mattress, ma'am or sir. Look at it. How black it is. I'll do what I can do to eradicate the problem and put a plastic cover on. But 9 out of 10 times, you're still going to have a problem. You got to do the metal frame, the wheels on the metal frame. That's steaming, then spraying, or just applying after you steam, a dry dust powder. Um, they insist on keeping furniture that's badly evolved with bed bugs. So you're going to break your back and do what you can do. One time I had a situation where a tenant was brought into a place that I used to work in, and they like, uh, I was like, this person came in with them. They have a serious problem. You want me to get rid of these things? I refuse to do it. And turned out that I wound up doing it, and I got rid of them to a point. I controlled them, and he was quite happy. Management was quite happy. So here's that. Bed bugs, they say, have been around for thousands of years, if not more. So I believe I can say that they do nesting in birds' nests, roost in bats' nests. And by them doing that, they evolved globally. Globally, the bed bugs in human dwellings are known as Linoceus. If I'm saying it correctly, I don't know. Linoceus bed bugs. They learn to adapt in that environment. Now they live in the homes. That's how they learn to adapt to live in homes. Great. Another mouth to feed. So basically, that's the one-on-one about bed bugs. Um, we all know they come about too by travel, suitcases, just getting on elevators of people and touching shoulder to shoulder. Bed bugs don't jump. They say bed bugs do develop wings at a certain period of time in life, but they don't fly. Could you imagine if they flew? Like ticks? Oh, forget that. Um, Nobody really has gotten any disease from these bed bugs. I've seen people not react from bed bugs. I don't know what that's all about. I'm sure there's an answer to that. I'll have to check into that, see what the story is. So, there'll be a continuation of the situation with bed bugs. I'm going to go on with spiders and all kinds of crawly bugs. Uh, I hope this has been very helpful. Um, we'll do a little bit about NASCAR. I've said this before: NASCAR, cribbing. I have a NASCAR site. Uh, but bedbugs are nasty bugger. Nasty. That's bugger, not booger. No, not that. You. So, some people were saying, the DDT, not DDT. I forgot. I guess that's what it's called. I don't remember. In a can of mosquito spray. You put that on at night from just above your hand to your shoulder. That's if you're wearing short sleeves or no t-shirt. Give a little here, your legs, and it repels them. People have tried it and swear it's true. Um, Another little tidbit: um, WD-40. It's got so many uses. Spray it on worms. Throw it in the water, and you catch left and right. You're chumming. You're catching left and right fish. Uh, some people say the gummy worms works great for fishing. I'm going to change the subject. WD-40. If you put it in wooden posts of like your patio deck, um, that shoots out the carpenter bees, and they drop. They, they drop dead right on the ground. I've tried it. It works. It does work. You could also put a dry powder in the post, uh, then seal it up. After it's emptied out. Uh, Sometimes they don't come out, so you just pour. You put the wood putty in there, let it dry. Check it in a couple of days. I've done those jobs. Uh, I don't have it on. I think it's in my truck. I have it looks like a tennis racket. You put batteries in it, and the metal spring gets electrified when you turn it on, and you hit these carpenter bees, and it kills them, and they fall to the ground. I've tried it one time, but the soldiers, if that's what you call them, they watch the nest closely. They're quite fast. The ones that are pollinating the queen, which I very rarely have seen, they're easy to eradicate with this electrified wand. Pretty cool. Can you imagine going to a customer's house? Well, I'm here to kill your bugs, your bees with this tool. I'll throw you the hell out. Um, I did uh, a bee's nest at home. There was two of them the size of basketballs, if not a little bit bigger. And I bought some aerosol sprays and sprayed the nest until it got soaked and fell to the ground. Of course, I was suited up pretty properly. Um, Give it a little bit time and then go over and check and pick it up and put it in a plastic bag and get rid of it. These were bees that hail from Minnesota. I don't know how the hell they got into Jersey, but well, I guess transportation and flying, obviously. Um, and I did them. I did the job quite well. Uh, I like doing things like that because it breaks the monotony of the everyday roach, bed bug, ants. I'll tell you about some ant jobs on another video. Some other things. I'm going to do a couple more things on bugs. So, like it's 15 years I did this type of work, 7 years prior under the belt. So, times are wasting. I'll leave you with this little tidbit because it's almost a half hour. It's up. If you don't stand for something, you will definitely fall for something. So, I'll leave you with that thought. Until we meet again, this was fun. Hit that subscribe button. Yes, give me your finger. Where's your finger? Oh, there it is. Give me your finger and hit that subscribe button for more content, and you shall receive it. Thanks for watching. Peace.